Hey, Sacred Studios here, and unfortunately, the next figure video in line was supposed to be It's Sean, the second part of his custom commission, but unfortunately, my video creating software is messing up. It's been glitching out. It's been like showing weird images and whatnot when it's not supposed to. So instead, I decided just to do the next figure in line, which is a custom figure for DarkLordPikachu, which is a really close friend of mine, and he helped me out a lot with the second Sonic stop motion collab, which is currently up on Lifeline the Hedgehog's channel. I'll be sure to put that in the description. But yeah, so this figure is actually my first ever Jazzwares custom. I know that the Mephiles figure, like that YouTube video, came out first, but that's because there's other parts to DarkLordPikachu's commission other than just the this Tails doll figure. And I always thought it was kind of odd that he wanted to choose like Tails doll, you know. But I was happy to oblige. I decided to 3D print the head, which is directly from the Sonic R video game. So all I really had to do was paint it, add a few details that the 3D printer missed. And besides that, he was pretty simple. I did have some issues with his tag on his head. For some reason the printer was having some issues printing it out. So instead I just decided to make it out of craft foam. And not only that, when I was having trouble taking the original Tails base, like his head would just not rip off. And I finally ripped his head off, but it snapped the joint that was holding it together. So I had to 3D print my own joint. And that gave the Tails doll figure more like posability. He can look up now, but his head is a lot more loose than it was before. So that's a bit of a drawback. But I told DarkLordPikachu, and he said it was actually pretty cool because, you know, Tails doll is supposed to be a bobblehead sort of thing anyways. So it just, I guess coincidentally, it worked out for me. But yeah, so this is Tails doll. I think he turned out really well. I did have to pretty heavily edit the original Tails figure because I had to make it look more like a stuffed animal and less like an actual Tails. So that meant I sanded the pointed edges of him, so he looks more like plush-like. I also had to entirely just sculpt over his hands because Tails doll doesn't really have hands. It just has like mittens. It's just kind of like a solid block. So it wasn't that hard to sculpt, but it was probably the most intensive sculpting I did for the figure. But besides that, the figure came out really well, and yeah, again, I don't know what's going on with my video editing software, so I apologize if my quality is bad or I just cut out.